Hello, everybody. This is Samantha Nolan-Smith, and this is another monthly clearing. And this one came out of checking in with a few people recently and them saying, I feel stuck, or I feel a bit blah, I feel uninspired. And it's not that they're panicking about that, it's not that they don't think it'll pass, but it did make me think maybe we could work on that together and help us get to the other side of that. So if that resonates for you, stick around and we're going to do some clearing on that. This experience of feeling stuck, it comes from this place of sitting between where we've been, which by virtue of having been there, it feels safe, and where we want to go next, or where we're opening into moving to. But because we haven't been there yet, it doesn't feel safe. It's the unknown. And so therefore, rather than just gently flowing into the new, we hold still, we hold tight. And there are many reasons why we might do this. But I think what is important to know is that that's what's happening. It's this process where rather than a door opening and we simply walk through, we see the door and we think, oh, hang on, I'm not sure. And in order to then move into flow and make decisions about, yes, that door's for me, or no, that door's not for me, it's really important to clear out whatever is holding us in stasis. And there are a number of ways that we can do that. One of the things that I think is really important to do is to recognize we've put a desire out at some point and it's moving us toward that. And we can always say no to that desire. We can say, oh, actually, I've changed my mind. I don't want that thing. We can discover in the process of moving toward that actually this other thing is more important to us. And so we opt for that instead. That's perfectly legitimate. That is why human beings have free will. And if the reason that we're not going there is it just feels frightening or unknown, but we still want it, then one of the first things to do is to feel into the energy of where we would like to be. Initially, that energy is sort of out there. It's like, let's say the thing we're wanting is more abundance, whether that's financial abundance or we want more health. Abundance can show up in multiple forms. We want more friendships, we want more time, an abundance of time, whatever it might be. And so it's good to know what form of abundance we're looking for rather than some generic form. And initially, when we think about this thing, let's say time, abundance of time or time freedom, it feels like it's out there because normally this desire comes from not having the thing. And so the energy of it isn't in our body. We're not embodied in that energy yet. We're distanced from it. So the first thing to do when we're in this stuck place is to recognize what's the energy that I would like to be embodying, and then draw that to us. And you can do that many different ways. One way is to visualize it, say in a circle, the energy, and then close your eyes and then see yourself and feel yourself stepping into the energy. That's one way to do it. I personally am happy just to sit and then draw the energy to me and then focus on feeling how it feels to be that, to embody that energy. That is something you can do every day for, say, 30 days as a way of moving yourself energetically first from stuck to flow. The key thing is to identify, well, what is the energy? What is the feeling that I want? So moving it from it's something that's a potential out there to I am the thing that I want to see in the world. The other way that perhaps is more appealing for people who either not that into energy work, or who are just more pragmatic, or who want to have the feeling of actually doing something very tangible, is to think about habits. I think developing habits is a really gentle, kind way to move from where you are to where you want to be. And we're going to spend the month talking about habits. So we'll dive into this in more detail in the coming weeks. For today, the first question to ask yourself is, if there's something that I want, if I want to move towards something, then what kind of behaviors do I need to be exhibiting in order to become that person? This is all about who you're becoming. What kind of behaviors do I need to exhibit? Now, if the problem is, if I can hear some people saying, but I don't actually know what I want, it's all very good for the people who know what they want. They can start using these suggestions to move toward it. But what about me? Then my suggestion for you is that the first thing you want is you want to be a person who is clear, has clarity, is willing to claim their desires, feels worthy of their desires, can see them, and then feel comfortable with stepping into them. So there's many reasons why we may not be able to see what we want. And most of them relate to either I'm afraid of seeing it, I'm afraid of claiming it, I don't believe it'll ever happen for me. And so it's better to be in the fog than to actually see clearly. So the first step for you is to move toward, well, what would it feel like to actually know what I want and to then start moving toward it? So let's just do a little clearing around that, around I'm in this middle place and I'm not sure about claiming the thing that I want to move toward. And then, as I said, in the coming weeks, we're going to talk more about habits as a way of moving us from where we were to where we want to be. Okay, let's do a little bit of Compassion Key. Compassion Key is, we're using a shorthand version. It was taught to me by Edward Mannix, and we're doing a shorthand version of it now. And we start by connecting to our heart centers. And you can just repeat the phrases after me, sending compassion to yourself, to the stuck version of yourself. I'm so sorry you're feeling stuck. I'm so sorry. It all feels a bit blah here. I'm so sorry there doesn't seem to be a way forward. I'm so sorry you're not sure what's next. I'm so sorry that what you've tried hasn't worked. I'm so sorry that the way forward doesn't feel clear. I'm so sorry it feels safer to stay here than to walk toward your dreams. I'm so sorry you're not sure what your dreams are. I'm so sorry it feels unsafe to claim them. I'm so sorry everything feels confusing. I'm so sorry everything feels too hard. I'm so sorry you're not sure if you have what it takes. I'm so sorry you've stopped believing in yourself. I'm so sorry you've chosen contraction over expansion. I'm so sorry it just feels easier to stay small. I'm so sorry you feel unsupported. I'm so sorry it feels distressing to feel so stuck. I'm so sorry it's easier to stay stuck than to try again and possibly fail. I'm so sorry you've forgotten how powerful you are. And so take a breath there. Remember the recommendation to acknowledge, to see the energy that you want to be feeling, and to do a daily practice of stepping into it, of sparking it within, of drawing it to you till it gets larger and larger and larger. Think of it like a tiny little fire that you have to stoke so that it can become a really warm, beautiful fire to be sitting around. And then we'll do habits through the month. I'll leave some links so whenever you're watching this, you can jump across and join in some work and some reflections around how to build habits. See you then.